Well, hello everyone, Larry back with you again this morning, and I really do appreciate you joining us here on St. Nick's Farms. You know, we men are mostly alike. For the most part, we're alike, and usually we've got those things that we're wanting to do. You know, we're working on our tractors, whether it's a John Deere or Kubota or Mahindra or Coyote or whatever the kind might be. We're enjoying getting out, working on our tractors. But then there comes those times when we've got just the, for lack of a better word, the mundane things that we have to do. And I've got one of those today that I'm going to be sharing with you on this video. But yesterday afternoon we had a monsoon flood downpour, frog gagging rain here at the farm. And I was noticing the way the water was coming off the hills and everything. And you know, I've mentioned to you before, we're on a hill here. There's not any place on this place that is really level, and that especially comes into play when it's raining, because we're trying to get the water out of the front of the house and out of the front of the buildings, and in this case out of the buildings. And so after the rain was over yesterday, I came down and I had rain inside the barn. And I'm going to be showing you that in just a minute. So what I'm going to be doing this morning is trying to dig out some of the leaves and debris and dirt and what have you that's accumulated, so that that water can go out from around and not ease up into the floor of the barn. So that's my project. Let's get started on it today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and as always, share it with a friend. Let's get started. Okay, I want to get started by just showing you what we had when I came down here yesterday, and you can already see here the watermark. The water came into the barn over in this section here, underneath all of my paints and my diesel fuel canister and what have you, and it made its way around underneath this area, came on over into this portion of the barn here. I've got a little area under the stairwell, and you can see there's still the water is still pretty wet in that area there. You can see here where the water did come in and kind of flowed across the floor underneath the shelves here. So what happens is the leaves and debris and dirt and what have you washes off here, and it accumulates here against this portion of my barn. And so what I've got to do today is to basically get in here and to clean this area out and get it to where this water will flow out across here, and hopefully will come down through this area and on out underneath where Little John is, and eventually make its way across here down into this portion of our wood. This wouldn't be such a problem if it wasn't for these vines. I put a new tin roof on this portion of the barn last fall, and all of this water off of the top of the barn is dumping down here. And I know my best solution for this problem is to get gutters put up here, which gutters bring about having to clean them out, but I think it'd still be the better solution just to go ahead and put some gutters on this edge. This is the real area right here that's causing me the greatest amount of problem. And I don't know what that material is that has kind of I guess it's just sand and dirt. And what it's done here is just kind of created a little pond at this point on the building, and that's where the water is going in under the what area of the siding that's kind of rotted a little bit that I'm going to have to replace. That's another job. That little fella there has been trying to help me, but I didn't really need his help, but he thought he should be helping me with this. I think that looks a little better on this side. Coming up through here and looking, but here's the next challenge. I believe we've got a bunch of standing water in this area here, and this, I'm afraid, is going to be rougher than the other side, because I'm thinking this side's going to be mostly rock coming off of this little place here. So let's see what this is going to amount to here. What I'm doing here now is putting on these bucket teeth. These came from Ken's bolt-on hooks. I'm going to see if they'll cut into that harder bank better than just the flat surface of the bucket. I'll try this and see how it works. Okay, we got all the cameras rolling. Let's see how these bucket teeth work. Hopefully they'll dig through that. Well, there you have it, folks. Not the project that I had planned to do today, but it's one that I am glad that it is finished up. And let me just take you a quick look at what we got accomplished today. We'll turn the camera around and take a look at some things here. The dirt that we moved out of that area over there you can see we put down in this area here on the edge of this bank. But this was our troublesome spot here, where the water was going into the tractor shed, Little John's shed side of the shop slash barn, and the water coming off of this roof here, since we put the new metal roof on, water coming off that roof was really just, in fact, you can almost see it's coming off the top of the barn and off of this side shed also, and was just really accumulating in this area. So we got this cleaned out pretty good here, but then we had this area here on the back side, and I started wanting to see if I could come all the way in here, just all the way in with that flat area, but this is a rocky hillside here, and it just was not where we could, in the time that we kind of had allotted, would have taken a lot of back and forth work to have dug this on down and made it flat. That is something I'd like to eventually do, is to just make all of this area flat like that back there coming up to here, so that I can basically get in here with the tractor and move material, leaves and what have you that accumulate, where I can move it out without having to come in here and shovel like I did today. I decided to just kind of create a little berm here, maybe let the water come down through here if there was any that was coming off of that area. Don't know that that'll accomplish very much, but to keep from having to move a lot of dirt around with a shovel, I did it that way. And then we continued on out through here and brought the level of the dirt down below the concrete. Gonna wrap this video up today. I appreciate so much your joining us here on St. Nick's Farms. As I mentioned to you, there are just sometimes when you have to do these mundane projects in order to kind of make sure that your buildings stay in pretty good shape. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you fast forwarded through some of the boring things. I tried to do the same thing for you. So until next time, this is Larry. And by the way, thank you to those who have subscribed recently. I really do appreciate it. If you like the videos, give us a thumbs up. And as always, share it with a friend. And if you would, please be sure to leave a comment. You might have an idea on what I could do here to make my area a little flatter and be able to get in there with the tractor and clean that out. So if you got an idea, leave it in the comment. Till next time, folks, this is Larry. Thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate you. Have a good one. Bye-bye, everybody. See ya.